Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to the Wasabi Aquarium channel. Today, I'll be introducing Wasabi's 90cm aquarium. Also, for today's video, I would like to switch things up a bit. All of our previous videos have focused on specific issues regarding laying out, building, and maintenance methods of various aquariums, as well as how to fix various problems that occur along the way. However, for this video, I just want to freely introduce one of our aquarium layouts and go through the aquatic plants and other material in detail, so we hope you enjoy this new concept. In the past, we've received various comments and requests to create videos like this that focus more on Wasabi's current aquariums. So we'll start this new series where we choose one aquarium per video and go through each concept and other details such as the fish, plants, materials, and other technicalities, and the vibe will be more relaxed and slow, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at this aquarium. First of all, this tank is a standard 90 by 45 by 45 centimeter tank, and I'm sure many of you probably have one similar to this. The concept of this aquarium is a bit unique. We focused on bringing out the natural beauty and vitality of the plants by letting them grow freely and just letting them be, and putting as less human touches as possible. So we are intentionally letting the plants grow out and bringing out their natural beauty. So starting with the front end of the aquarium, you can see that it's not as tidy and clean as the others, or as you would imagine. But as I mentioned before, we've let them grow out intentionally to see how they look in real nature, almost experimentally. I originally envisioned the new large pearl grasses at the front to grow into a beautiful scene of grass. But interestingly, the Australian dwarf hydrocotylae that we planted behind them started growing very rapidly, and usually we would trim these or pull them out if they start growing in different directions. But based on the concept of this aquarium, we decided to see how they grow out, and as expected, the Australian dwarf hydrocotylae have pretty much covered the entire front end of the tank. And although there are still some left, the new large pearl grasses have pretty much been pushed to the side. You can almost say that this is nature in its true form, where the stronger plants grow out over the weaker ones. And it was interesting to see that this also happens in an aquarium as well. So it was very interesting for us to find the front end covered in Australian dwarf hydrocotylae, surprisingly. From a visual perspective, it may be a wiser choice to plant new large pearl grasses or Cuba or short-haired grasses in this area to make it look more tidy and clean, but abiding by our concept gives a more wild, rough feel to the front end. We've also used a variety of aquatic plants throughout this aquarium. By purposely not confining myself into traditions and standards, I've allowed my love for aquatic plants to make the best of this aquarium, and have chosen plants that I've been generally interested in or have wanted to try out. Also, in front of the large wood, this is a plant called Barclaya Logifolia. And this is a type of water lily, so it grows to become really large. As you can see, I've left this to grow out naturally, so it's almost about to cover the wood. Usually, people would also trim this into the right size to maintain a certain visual. But I personally believe the beauty of the Barclaya Logifolia is its size, so I've just let it grow out. As you can see, it's starting to stand out more and more, and I believe it'll soon become one of the signature plants of this aquarium. Also, the wavy plants that are also growing in size, you can see over here. These are aquatic plants called Aponogiton Longi Plumolosis. These are not a favorite choice when laying out water plants or nature aquariums because they take up a lot of space. But I personally like how these look and wanted to see how they grow in an aquarium, so I placed them at the back over here. They have a natural, unique beauty, especially the semi-transparent leaves and the wave patterns makes it a unique and beautiful plant overall. So it may be an unusual choice, but I wanted to use this plant this time around. I haven't chosen aquatic plants that are too flashy, but speaking of rare ones, these thin leaves that look like hair grass, these are called social feather dusters, and these are a type of dry grass. Dry grass in general are starting to gain popularity among nature aquarium builders, especially because they grow very nicely without changing any aspect of the layout, such as hair grass or Elecaris vivipara that are difficult to maintain. So it gives a hair grass-like look, but at the same time very easy to maintain. Usually you would lay these out at the back, but that would make it difficult to see, and I wanted to bring the colors of these out, so I used them around the middle layer. Regarding the mix of aquatic plants on the front end of the aquarium, if you look closely, I've mixed in some thin leaves called Echinodorus tenellus broadleaf within these clovers over here. It's one thing to, enjoy the beauty of a clean, tidy front end of the aquarium using one specific type of plant, but I've also come to enjoy creating a more natural, wild environment. Also, at the back end of the tank, I've laid out some Barclaya Logifolia. They give off a very elegant red color. The pink leaves add a very nice accent to the aquarium and are very easy to trim too. Nature Bay are also a popular choice to bring out the vibrant red color, but I've intentionally used the Aponogiton Longi Plumolosis to maintain a subtleness to the colors. On the other hand, those over here are called the Ludwigia Super Red, which add a good contrast to the Barclaya Logifolia to give a good balance between the two reds. Also, around the middle area, what I've used is what is commonly known as Datsun. These are very thin, but the leaves grow out to become pretty big in size, so it also adds another dimension to the aquarium, with a good contrast between the different aquatic plants. Around the bottom, I've also used cryptocorin. I've also placed some algae and wrapped around some plants on the wood, in addition to sprinkling some Blixa shortleaf around the rocks. So as you can see, I've used quite a variety of aquatic plants. Also on the top, I've also placed some orchid, just from the idea that I wanted some vibrancy at the top, so I decided to wrap around some orchid on the wood. These have actually just started to bloom, so today might have been the perfect day to shoot this video. Next, moving on to the form of this layout, this is a typical hill layout. There are three elementary forms in an aquarium: the hill, the U-shape, and the triangle, which I've explained in detail in some of the other videos I've put out in the past, so if you could take a look, that would be great. Anyways, as you can see in this aquarium, I've gone ahead and created a hill form aquarium by placing this large wood in the center. And the wood I've used in this aquarium is one jumbo-sized black branch wood. People may think this is a combination of several woods, but this is actually one big black branch wood I selected for this 90 centimeter tank. Having this one big object in the middle definitely gives it a good impact and serves as a starting point to figure out the rest of your aquarium. And we have a lot of these in stock at our store, so if you're interested, feel free to send us an email. Another reason why I chose this type of wood is its color. This dark, almost black color gives a very nice contrast with the other elements of the aquarium. If I were to use a lighter colored piece of wood, I don't think it would give this impactful contrast in color. In addition to the black branch wood, I wanted to create a more natural scenery, so I sprinkled some Ryuo stones around the wood so it looks more like seen in actual nature. The combination of wood and stones gives the aquarium a more realistic, natural scenery that's high quality, so I strongly recommend using a combination of the two rather than placing either one. And now moving on to the fish. I've placed in some Trigonostigma heteromorpha and Angelfish, as well as some Otocinclus, Siamese flying fox, and some Caridina multidente as maintenance fish. I simply chose the heteromorpha because of its orange color and shape. This warm orange color, as well as its height and triangular shape, actually matches very well with aquariums with a strong wood. I also chose angelfishes for the same reason, and as you can see, they give a very nice contrast when placed in the same aquarium as this strong, large piece of wood. This fish specifically is the platinum angelfish, so they're very shiny and beautiful as they swim inside here. I chose these fish mainly considering the contrast with a dark, strong wood in the center when juxtaposed with the bright white fish. The angelfish in this tank are still very small and young, and I haven't let in too many in the aquarium, assuming each of them will grow pretty big from here. You may think the impact of the fish is quite missing in this tank, but once these fishes grow a bit larger, I believe everything will be very nicely balanced. Also, in a 90 centimeter tank where the width and height are at a 2:1 ratio, so 90 to 45, it tends to match very well with fishes that have some height, such as the angelfish. There's plenty of water in here, so it allows space for fishes to grow over the years, and this might be an important thing when building out your aquarium to envision how the aquarium will change visually over the next few years. Lastly, I would like to introduce the equipment that we use. We are a certified ADA dealership, so all of the equipment used in this aquarium are from ADA. The tank, firstly, is Cube Garden's 90 centimeter tank. The light is the solar RGB, and the outside filter is the ES600. However, the 600EX would be more ideal for the 90 centimeter tank. The ES600 will not have enough power to filter the entire tank, so for a 90 centimeter tank, the best jet filter would be the ES600. Make sure to choose one that's best for your aquarium. And for the CO2 system, here we are connected to a large gas cylinder which goes through this beetle counter and out from the glass, the Beetle 30. Inside the tank we have the VUPA 1. I would definitely go for the VUPA 2 as it is much higher in quality. So the VUPA 1 cleans the surface of this tank and helps maintain a clean aquarium overall. This right here is the drop checker. I've just started filtering the CO2, so the color hasn't changed much, but this drop checker measures how much CO2 is inside the tank. I personally love this design, and I like looking for equipment that are both efficient and aesthetically pleasing. And for the bottom floor, we've mixed some Amazonia, Power Sand, Clear Super, Back to 100, and Tourmaline BC to create the ideal bottom base for this aquarium. And as for this cabinet over here, this is a customized wood cabinet in gunmetal color. This is tailor-made to Wasabi's needs, and there's been quite a lot of fine-tuning done to this cabinet, such as getting rid of the back, adding dampers and increasing the height, and so on. Also, the temperature maintenance is controlled by the air conditioners in this store, usually at around 24-25 degrees Celsius the entire time. As mentioned earlier, this aquarium is still in the process of evolving, and I'm pretty excited to see how this grows out, so this aquarium will be displayed at our store for at least a while. So if you would like to see it in person, please feel free to stop by our store. I hope you enjoyed this video. In this channel, there are plenty of detailed videos regarding building out your first aquarium, maintaining a clean nature aquarium, and so on, so please make sure to check out the other videos in this channel. I've also placed some links to some of the videos that I feel could be related to today's video and could be helpful, so please watch them if you're interested. I've also attached some links to all of the aquatic plants, the fishes, and other material used in this video, so please check them out. Also, today's aquarium was built entirely from ADA products, but if there isn't an ADA dealership around you, I've also added some alternative equipment that could be used instead, so I hope you find the links in the description below helpful. Finally, as I explained at the beginning of this video, I started creating this type of content based on requests from our viewers. But I personally realized the importance of recording the growth and evolution of your aquariums, which gave me additional motivation to create this content. Nature aquariums like these evolve and change every day, from the fish, the plants, and the layout itself, so the aquarium is technically different every single day. So I would highly recommend recording the development in each step of your aquarium by taking photos and making notes, especially for future references. I've also had some cases where I look back at my old layouts and realize that some of those were so much better than some of the aquariums that I'm building out today. And it kind of puts me back on track as a benchmark to make something better than what I did in the past. So it's actually very interesting to record all of your aquariums, including how each one developed along the way. I am also planning to release content similar to today's video where I introduce some of the other aquariums at our store, so please continue to stay tuned to the Wasabi Aquarium channel. If you enjoyed today's video, please kindly hit the like button, and your subscription to this channel would also be greatly appreciated. That is it for today. Thank you.